Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Contest of Speed. We're here with EU4 for round 2 of season 10 from the Sakir International Circuit in Bahrain, or the Bahrainian Grand Prix, or the Bahraini Grand Prix, I should say. Not Bahrainian, Bahrain Grand Prix. Alongside me is Matt, as always, in the Dream Team partnership. Hello. We've got a certain man who I will refuse to interview tonight, should he get on the podium. That's Mac. Simply because of what happened at the weekend, and the weekend didn't happen.
So for you, it's a football-free zone once again.
Well, apart from the game that's currently going on at the moment, as always, we shall bring you live updates if and when they happen. But
from
in
my
terms
end of things, you should be able to hear it from upstairs.
Yes.
If there's anything that's happened.
Yes. I think in terms of our households, for the majority of yours, Saturday was fantastic. Sunday was fantastic for you, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday didn't exist for me. And then today, mixed bag. But enough about the football. Back to why we're here, for the racing. So it's Mac then coming round to be the first driver to start a lap tonight around this circuit here in the desert. We've got 17 drivers. We're missing... Who are we missing?
Tebow,
Ghostbrecht, and an Alfa Romeo.
I should know who the Alfa Romeo is. Shane. Another Shane. God, too many Shanes.
Shane, of course, yes.
And Clowns with a toe as well.
Oh, Clowns working well together. They've hit it off rather well, from what I understand. Mac and Jerry, of course, only their second race together. And that is Shane M2006, by the way, that we're missing, not Shane, who you may remember from commentary. He is here. It's number 10 as it stands at the moment. So Mac's first sector time is a 28.6. He's faster than everybody else so far, but that's not a surprise. Mainly because he's one of the first out, but also because he's had a tow from his teammate. However, man in 12th place, Donnybrow, has beaten him in that first sector.
It's a bit of more of a normal race this evening. We saw people's one lap pace last week, but then we saw people with one lap pace struggle. Donny was one of them. Didn't like the wet conditions. But hit the likes of Donny and I'd like to say the other AlphaTauri. Shane was quick.
Yeah.
Mac was up there, Morgan was up there, Tim Man up there. Shane's expected probably to be up there, but
yeah, Shane should be one of the leading runners.
Having installed the game less than 2 hours ago.
Yes, Shane should be a leading runner. He's still in the pits at the moment. His teammate though, Blades, is out on track. Good evening, Mr. Storm, we see you there. Steve currently top of the pile with a 29.3. And Donny abandoned his lap. Did he invalidate or did he just abandon? I think he just abandoned it. I can't see if he... No, he just abandoned the lap. So ominous signs there. Pace in the pocket for the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, no rain expected. Spoiler alert.
Definitely not. In
Shock
the desert.
though.
No. Definitely not. Blades into P6, 130.6 for him. 1.3 off the pace at the moment. But it's early days. Time on the board.
So, high 27s was apparently being thrown out, which would be incredible. But we saw from last week, the times people set from time trial to actually qualify is massively different.
Yes,
Because
and
they
I
are
think
different conditions.
they are, and I have a feeling that here, obviously, it's going to be even worse, or even greater gap, obviously, because we're racing at night. We've got the tyre temperature fluctuation, and then we've got the fuel weight fluctuation as well.
So I'll be amazed, but I reckon it could happen that we see someone into the 28.3s. I reckon pole time will come down by quite a bit.
Ooh. See Blades spin there, and he's ploughed into by one of the Ferraris, and that's Blades out of the session. I'm trying to work out which of the Ferraris that was. It was JRN.
JRN, yeah.
I have nowhere to go with that, I don't think.
And that's ruined Axie Boy's lap as well, by the way, because he stumbled across that.
And he was on a decent lap as well, which is a shame.
We also saw the track mainly in the European races where it was dry, probably the same in the American races, but I've not been able to watch any this week. Track evolution, does it actually exist a bit more? It seems to.
It seems to, yes. I'll rate that from Axie Boy. He's gone through, put his time on the board. You never know what's going to happen. That could bring him up a couple of places if the worst should happen. Touch wood for him that it doesn't.
Someone's gone up blank curve. It's Dan Hilton.
Oh, the man currently second in the Drivers' Championship.
I don't think I'll ever be saying those words ever again.
I think we should stop the count.
Can we stop it there? Done.
Stop it now. Job done.
That blank curve. Not for the first time in his contest to speed career. It won't be his last, I don't think, either.
No, I don't think it will be either. But you never know. Into the pit lane he comes.
Tricky race last week to judge who was actually going to be a front runner because of it being wet.
Blades has just shouted about Marcus. I'm assuming Marcus Rashford. We'll bring you that as soon as we see it. I know I am slightly behind, but it's a Liverpool.
Rashford!
Rashford!
Oh no, it could be offside. Could be offside. Could be offside. Could be offside. Hang on.
Tidy finish if it is.
I will
keep an eye on it.
I'll keep you posted.
Donny now just gone through sector 2, and it was a personal best. Don't think it was fastest of the session so far. Through the final 2 corners then, and charges for the line.
Goal has been given.
Oh.
Fantasy points right there. Thank you.
Yes. Fantasy points. We'll love to see it. Not for me though. I'll tell
you what I do love to see. Hilly subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 13 months. They're currently on a 6-month streak.
Oh yes. That's what we love to see. Well played, sir.
Well done, that man.
Yes. Donny does go fastest, by the way. 28.8. First man into the 28.
Ooh.
And Nos Racing has a 5-place group penalty for a collision with Steve.
He's off at turn 5.
Steve was on a hot lap, Nos on his out lap, so that could be a quality ban for next week. We'll have to wait and see what the stewards decide, and if Steve feels there is a case to be put forward.
Nos is currently racing injured.
Yes, he's got a damaged rotator cuff, hasn't he? Which is...
If you use a pad, you're fine. If you use a wheel,
that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt on a wheel. And obviously you're the one with the knowledge of these sorts of injuries more than I am. But,
damaged rotator cuff is not good.
No, even I know that would be painful. Oh, big stop from De Gea there to deny Luis Diaz.
So Donny's kind of got close to where I was thinking we were going to be.
Yeah, half a second away at the moment, but there's going to be one more run in, I think. Still got nearly 8 minutes, 7.5 and 3/4 minutes left. So there's still time for another run yet. Who shall we go to next?
Well, Joseph's going to put himself close to the second row here, if not the front row.
Boy is going quicker through the first two sectors than through the first sector rather than his previous time, as there's no stricken Williams and a damaged Ferrari in his way this time, and he's getting a toe off his teammate.
Mac and Joseph separate by 1,000. Gyro spun it at turn 11. Oh, he reversed quite hard into that barrier.
Maxi Boy, 3/4 of a second off at the moment. It's going to take him down to a 30.3. Which will put him ahead of Blades. But we'll have to wait and see if he can find any more time in the final sector to pull himself back towards the front of the pack. Quite another couple of tenths there to take him to a 30.2.
Oh, David Clarkson's gone deep. He's improving.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those tracks where you're going to be absolutely fine until you touch a curb, and then it's game over. Ethan! Hey!
Hey.
Hey!
How's the young one?
They were napping earlier. Natalie exposed them on the interwebs.
Oh, brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I can go and find that picture.
Yes. Give the Ferrari some airtime that doesn't involve them crashing or making strategical errors, as is the case really. JRN then looking to improve his time. A new front wing attached. So that coming together with Blades. Heading up towards blank curve now. Those of you who are experienced. Oh, tank slapper! Kept it out of the wall though. He can go again if he has time. I'm not sure he will. He's got 5 minutes. Oh, yes, he will. He will have time to go again. He's going to essentially have a one-shot qualifying to improve his current time of a 29.8. Not given a Red Bull much time this evening. Tinman is in the pit lane. David Clarkson he's just finished a lap, I think.
No, he's just starting another.
He just started, and he's invalidated at turn 2. Well, the extra 2 into 3, so. Not the best of starts. So watch out for the apex of that corner. 2 cars coming through. So well. And we'll head on and back up the pack. Donny is out again. Improving nearly a tenth through the first sector. His fastest first sector of anyone so far, taking the time off Mac. DRS opens down the short infield straight.
Well, Mac's ahead of him on track, so.
Needs to be careful he doesn't end up giving that AlphaTauri a toe inadvertently. Donny comes up to the second split, 2 tenths up. He's getting close, Mac.
He is. Not quite close enough. Mac's improving as well, so Mac's going to put himself well.
Mac at the moment.
Mercedes. He looks to be doing that.
I think he will. His middle sector's not been great though for Mac. 29.1 for him. Donny comes through. 28.5. Puts himself even more securely onto provisional pole. Yeah, Mac had a torrid middle sector, lost 6 tenths there. So pretty much all the time to Donny is in that middle sector. And I would imagine that's going to be a little side step, maybe a blank curve. Or onto that long back straight.
So time for one final run then.
JRN's the man I want to watch. He's the one I think who's going to be feeling the pressure. He's out left at the moment. Tin Man matches Donny through the first sector. We'll keep an eye on that as he heads around the lap. But now, JRN is the focus. See what he can do. Had a strong performance last time out, but in almost typical JRN fashion, patience got the better of him, or the lack thereof. On a couple of occasions, a couple of spins, and was fighting an uphill battle from there. Speaking of, Wakanda Forever just comes out of the pit lane on cold tyres, spins at turn 3.
That is the big thing in this game, this year. We used to tyre blankets, people think, oh yeah, pin the throttle on the way out, and you can't.
JRN 200th slower than Donny through the first sector.
You'll be spinning round.
Just to make sure it's turn 9 sorted, get on the power as early as possible without spinning those rears up too much. Let's watch the Ferrari through. Turns 10 and 11. Half a second down on Donny at the moment, but if he can match the AlphaTauri's final sector time, he will jump into second place for JRN. It's looking good. Good exit from the final 2 corners. Drives for the line. 28.9 puts himself into second place. Actually improves on Donny's final sector.
Max backed out, so that would be, I would assume, the end of his qualifying.
Yeah. So, good lap from JRN, and that's a couple of guys finished now. Donny in the pit lane, Wakanda
and
in the pit lane.
The Haas and the Aston Martin are racing on their laps. Axie Boy and Dan Hilton.
Not going to help them really.
Screwed each other over there, if I'm being honest.
Raceway JJ is on a lap at the moment. Is Tin Man? No, he's in the pit lane. Steve
Morgan
is out on
was
the lap.
on a lap, but he's losing time.
His teammate, though, just behind him, is gaining time. Just over a tenth up at the moment. Trying to jump the other Mercedes.
Oh, not quite.
Not quite. 8 thousandths in it.
I think JJ's got someone's just got a tough each other. Yeah, JJ's just got a tough JRN down the back straight.
Stuff. Ferrari 2 tenths up as well for JJ at the moment. 29.3 is that where it will put him, jump him up 2 places ahead of Joseph and Tin Man.
Red Mask is going to jump low.
Yeah, 29.2 for Red Mask. Good time. JJ needs a good exit here to try and get up there with his teammate. He's looking to break into the 28s. Not quite. 29.4. Poor final sector, but still jumps ahead of Joseph and Tin Man into 7th place. Axie Boy, the final.
Improves Axie Boys. So Axie Boys overtaking him and then backed out on a. I would like to see that one again between those two.
It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Just to see what calamity have befallen one or both of them. That's going to bring qualifying to a close then. It's going to be Donny who takes pole position with a time of 1:28.554. JRN in second place with Mack in third. 3 different constructors for AlphaTauri, Ferrari and McLaren. Then come the 2 Mercedes in 4th and 5th. Red Mask with his best qualifying, I think, to date in P6. Raceway JJ in P7. Tin Man P8. Joseph P9. J-Ray to round out the top 10. Axie Boy will have to settle for 11th to backing out of that final lap. But we do have a 5-place grid penalty there for Steve after that collision with, I think it was Nos Racing, wasn't it? From earlier in the session, who also has a 5-place penalty but did not set a time down in 17th place. Wakanda Forever was serving a qualifying ban, so did not set a time. And Shane retired on his return to the league. I think he had a ban that carried over from last season as well, didn't he? If I remember rightly. Yep, so Shane also not setting a time. So Baxi Boyne 11th, Blades 12th. After that unfortunate incident caused his retirement. Dan Hilton 13th, Davy Klassen 14th, and Wakanda Forever bringing up the no times in 15th. Hilly's got his prediction in. He says JRN, Shane, and Steve as his top three. Interesting. I'd be interested to know what everyone else thinks. Get your thoughts in the stream chat below so we can see them. We can applaud your decision making or ridicule you. Kitten says Morgan, Steve, Tin Man. Deathstorm, Tin Man, Steve, Shane.
I'm going to go 4 people in the pits after the first lap because turn 1's going to be a bit of a nightmare.
Only 4?
Cold tyres.
4. That's because still no formation lap. I mean, we are now able to host with the Coscoms account, but no formation lap, unfortunately.
It's no formation lap, drivers.
Give my drivers, it's me. 5 lights are on. And away we go into the race. Slight delay there. I don't know if that was poor reactions or just a slight delay. JRN's going to go into the lead. Donny's been swamped there off the start.
Oh,
We've got a spinner. That's Raceway JJ.
One of the Hasses has got that horribly wrong.
Have they done a Oh, one of the McLarens as well. There's carbon fibre everywhere. It's like confetti. A lot of summer weddings happening recently, but there's cars everywhere.
So Axie Boy's the one that's massively outbroken himself into turn 1. Chopped off a Ferrari, which was JJ, because he was going to kill everyone. It's resulted in killing everyone, including probably his teammate, I think.
Red Mask is doing okay, I think, unless there's some damage there. There's a little bit, but I think he should be okay because it's on the right-hand side, so it's only going to be left-hand turns.
Yeah, it wasn't JJ's fault, Spud. Let's put it that way. I don't think he had a choice in the issue.
We've got wing damage for... It's going to be more than 4 drivers, but 2 will definitely be in.
It's Joseph.
Joseph and Tin Man, the 2 who will definitely be coming into the pits.
Surprised J-Ray won't be coming in either. He got caught up in that turn, run down to turn 4? Yeah.
But Donny got swamped off the start there. He got a poor getaway. Oh, race leader! Speeding under the VSC. He's going to have to serve that within 3. He'll be hoping that...
hang on. Well, let me race direct it. Both of them, both the front 2 have got drive-throughs.
Oh! So Morgan then in the net lead at the moment. But he won't know about that. We've got... Hey, you were right, 4 cars! Look at that.
I'm a genius.
Yeah. Go on. Right, tyres then. All of those guys going onto the hard tyres except for Tin Man, who's gone to the softs. We've got floor and side pod damage for Joseph, so anything he gets from this race is going to be very, very well for...
A race of attrition for Joseph.
Yeah. JJ still has wing damage. They've not changed the wing on that Ferrari, which is, I would imagine, the whole point of him stopping, unless he's trying to now go to the end with some damage, but I doubt it. J-Ray has damage. Klaassen rather has damage. Shane has damage, and Red Mask, the current highest placed driver, with any wing damage at the moment.
So Shane and Dan Hilton, the biggest movers, they've gone up 8th and 6th places respectively. But Shane, you can see he's struggling through turn 12 compared to that of his teammate. He can hold it a little bit flatter through there.
Yeah, and I'd imagine if Blades is able to bridge that gap, 2.9 seconds at the moment to his teammate, there'll be a multi-2-1 scenario.
Mac's going to do his drive-through now. There's a gap. He's got a gap to come out into, so it's actually less of a disaster.
JRN is pushing on those on those medium tyres at the moment. He's set a new fastest lap of the race there at the end of lap 2. And it's not been beaten yet, which is normally indicative.
Of the Aston Martin. It does, there's a gap. That's where the gap is.
So JRN has to serve it at the end of this lap or the next. As Donny overtakes Morgan.
Morgan spun it.
Yeah. Shane, though, is putting the pressure on Dan Hilton, who is in turn all over the back of Steve.
Oh, and David Carson's locked up massively because I think Morgan, well, went solid and still racing himself.
Was there some new underwear needed? Down at Mercedes.
So another one at turn 6 that's gone.
Turn 6 is the deceptive corner as you come out of it and go up the hill.
The McLarens are swapping positions.
Yes, J Ray with wing damage and on the hard tyres as well. We'll see him in this time as JRN comes in to serve his drive-through penalty. Oh,
and he's speeding as well. That's just.
I think he's me a twitch. Steve, is he going to go for the move on Red Mask with DRS assistance? He's had to go to the outside, so he'll be looking for the double switchback on the Haas.
Daniels has a lovely front row seat to this one.
Yeah, Steve was a little bit timid on the power there. It's only his second race back, of course, but Steve or any driver with full confidence would have just pinned the throttle there coming out of 2.
Aston Martin up again. Really, this game really punishes for you for a spin in terms of the heat that it puts through the tyres.
Yeah, once the rear end starts to go, you're not catching it. You just need to hit the brakes, let it go, and then try and recover as quickly as possible. But you're very rarely catching it once it gets sort of past the 15-20 degree mark in terms of the angle.
Joseph was in 8th quite early there. That was.
But I think crucially though, look at Mac. He's been able to jump JRN through those penalties. So the McLaren then, with the help of his teammate and a little bit of DRS probably, has
runs wide. Problem is though, the McLaren's got nothing.
See, Steve should be on for a move this time on Red Mask, surely. He's not close enough. Might be able to try it, but...
Sorry, Danny, you probably said it, but Shane's over on Dan Hilton.
No, I've missed it.
The Haas goes wide. It could be 3 wide into 4.
Here we go.
Shane's closing in.
No, Shane's playing it clever. Look, he's waiting behind Steve. Get that double toe. And then he'll squeeze the Haas of Red Mask wide. Take third place from him. And then wait.
David Carson's off at turn 1. And Axie Boy jumps over the curb. But Matt just with a better tyre around the outside.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Shane for now in this battle for what is essentially second place. There are some drivers who, in theory, could go to the end. That's Wakanda and Joseph, but they're not really on that lead battle.
Joseph's just dropped it somewhere. Turn 3 by the looks of things.
Yeah, and that's with the damage he's got. That's to be expected, I think. Shane needs to stay within touching distance of Steve here, otherwise Williams is going to be a target for the House of Red Mask.
Joe Wren has followed Mac through on this lap as well, so that's really struggling.
Yeah, no damage on that car either, and not particularly bad on tyre wear either. He's just not got it hooked up at the moment.
If you had the camera I had for turn 1, I think anything like that would unsettle someone. They've not known when to brake.
So we've got 4 cars now in a train behind Steve. closing in again.
He's
Gap
not
went
really
up.
dropped off.
No,
from being
he
honest.
started to just drift away a little bit as Clarkson comes into the pits and picks up a penalty for his trouble.
Let's watch the gap between him and Mac. That's going to... That will show what his pace is really like.
Yeah, I would expect to see Mac close that up relatively quickly.
I don't know, Mac's got no ERS, neither has JRN to be fair. So the guys ahead of them actually managing that a lot better than the hunters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm notoriously bad at conserving ERS, if I'm honest. Dan Hilton's gone at blank curve. And Blades as well.
Blades. Out of sympathy.
Oh, Blades, no rear wing. It's gone.
Oh, no.
That's Blades' race done. Oh, no. Hassavaxi boy he tried to avoid that stricken Williams.
Oh, we got a safety car.
I'm not surprised. There's carbon fibre everywhere. So, chance for the leaders now. No, the leaders have gone. Leaders have gone through.
Dan Hilton pits. He's the first one that could do so. Other than JRM.
Yeah, I would have pitted if I was JRN, to be honest. Gets rid of those 5 seconds and you've got the gap behind you as well. But that, unfortunately, with Blades going into the barrier at quite some force, actually, has destroyed his rear wing, and that is going to be his race over unless, and I don't know if you can or not, I don't think so, means his race is effectively over. Has he done a Dracer?
I've just seen what he's tried to do, and he's failed miserably at it, and nearly has caused an accident because of so. So, Blades at the moment, the best thing he can do is put the car properly into the pit lane.
Did he try and do something silly?
Yes.
Did he try and retire on the entry and then it swerved him back out again?
No comment.
Very good. Right, back up to the front then. Donny coming around the final couple of corners then. He's got 8.3 seconds over Steve. So he could stop, and I think he would come out in 4th place behind Red Mask and in front of Mac. And indeed he is going to stop. Steve's in behind him, as is Shane, and Red Mask as well. Now that's
interesting.
I'll be interested to see if Shane gets rid of his front wing. No, he's going to keep it. If he's away, Red Mask, I would be almost certain. Yep, he is changing his front wing. So it's
Shane nearly got ahead of Steve.
Oh, nice racing there with your pet hate, Matt.
No, come on.
Mac, Morgan and JRN into the pits. Soft tyres for those two as well.
But Dave Clarkson's also put on the soft tyre.
As NOS Racing has retired, and I'm trying to see
It's
where.
on the track. The car's still moving.
Yes, is that was at turn 9, wasn't it?
The car was still moving.
Yeah.
And that was pulled over to the side.
Pet hate there.
There'll be some individuals I will be speaking to.
Yes.
After this race. Disappointed with.
So, tyre choices then, making this very interesting indeed. JRN, I think, is in the prime position out of those guys who aren't in that leading sort of quartet, well trio actually. I think Red Mask has done himself a mischief there by changing on to the mediums. He'll have very good pace early on, but he's not going to go 20 laps on them. Big save by De Gea again. Tips Firmino's close range effort onto the post. So we should have one more lap behind the safety car. Raceway JJ. Did it cross the line, Blades? Or is this from the corner?
It is a goal for Liverpool, and it is from the corner.
It is, yes. It's Mo Salah with a header.
Won a header against Rafael Varane. That's embarrassing.
That is bad. It seems as though in the final 10 minutes, the Man United we've seen for the last 2 weeks has re-emerged. There's now a fight between Bruno Fernandes and Roberto Firmino.
Things you love to see. Passion.
Bruno refusing to give up the ball there and doing his usual thing of crying like a small child. Anyway.
That's more the fact I've seen who's on the pitch at the moment. McSauce. McFred even.
Yes, McFred. Oh dear. Anyway. Sorry, what does Kitten? I don't know what that word is. There. Soccer? Is that? What's that?
That's because the thing they call football, they really use their feet, don't they?
Yeah, they do a lot with it.
Might as well call American football handball. Yeah, that's right, I'm going to piss off the Americans for saying that. Deal with it.
Yeah. Right, safety car in this lap. I thought that stick to your hand egg. That's unreal.
What is going to be unreal is this start.
Yep.
It's not gone yet.
Now he has, I think.
Yeah,
now he's gone.
Steve backed out, and then he should have done because he actually would have just gone alongside, and Mac is down to 7th.
Yeah, but Steve's going to hold on to 2nd place. But look at that. Red mask on those
softer compounds. Going to get this wrong, and he has went into the side of the McLaren.
Yeah, and that's J-Ray with some wing damage. And,
this is going to go 3 wide. This is going to end badly. Downhill and round the outside. No.
JRN going backwards at the moment, but don't forget he's got soft tyre runners around him. He's on the hards. He just needs to try and stay with this pack. Mac is the one who's lost out at the moment. Morgan able to get ahead of JRN first as we enter a technical section.
Guys with the more grippier tyres just need to be careful.
They've got to be careful.
Soft runners are the guys falling back.
They are further down the order, aren't they? But we've got some wing damage further
wide.
back.
Someone's dropped it.
It's Morgan. It's twice from good positions on track. He's dropped it tonight. As we see then, Mac going for the move on JRN. Ferrari will defend it.
Switch back.
Try it. Yep, should have it. JRN will have the toe.
Not straight line speed and ERS. So we're getting a bit wavy out front. It's going to go 3 wide. This is going to end badly.
Yeah, there's a coming together at the front. Everyone's got through it though.
Oh, the Ferrari and the McLaren side by side. Wheel-to-wheel contact.
See, this is why I was questioning why JRM was fighting that. It's not his fight. Matt can't make it to the end on those tyres.
Shane's just lurking. He's ready. He knows something's going to happen. He's going to go to the outside of turn 6. Oh, back end squirrely. Matt nearly collected him.
Maxi Boy throws it down the inside.
Opportunistic. Joseph's off. Max still going to hold it in there. Oh, contact again.
Soft tyre runners now, they've got to be hoping there's another safety car. Otherwise, that gamble is not going to pay off. And at the minute, in terms of positions made, we've got a spinner there, red mask,
12. Yeah. Oh, dropped it well before that.
Yeah, he's on the inside of turn 10, I think. But front wing is gone, and there is a safety car. Now, the field's pretty bunched up still, so I don't know if we'll see anybody stop just yet.
Race with JJ for 9 yellow flags.
So I think he's gone for that move on a wounded red mask. And it's not necessarily the best plan. We've got Dan Hilton, J Ray and Tin Man into the pits, as well as a few others as well.
Someone out the front wing I saw there, was that a Williams?
No, it's a Haas. The Haas be wingless.
It's I'm not gonna lie though. Donny just pissed off because everyone else just
decided to run into each other. Yes. So back to the front of the pack then.
I think it also shows the difference. I think tonight, because it's dry, you actually see people's actual pace, and it's showing the difference between the tiers, especially European side, but I presume AM will be exactly the same.
Yeah.
People's battles and when they pick and choose them.
Yeah, the only point I would raise there, and this is why we have a tiered system, obviously. You had JRN and you had Morgan jump Donny at the start, and Mac even. You had them jumping at the start, but then had that drive-through penalty which put them well out of the running. If they'd not done that, they'd still be up there now fighting, and it would be a much more interesting...
I wouldn't say they would be fighting, because they would have just possibly knocked each other both off the road, because of what we have seen.
Maybe, but there wouldn't be the tyre difference either. It's all hypothetical. I'm wondering whether we'll see Mac pit. His tyres are about halfway to that dreaded 40% mark.
All I know is the guys currently on the medium will have to pit again.
Got some support for Steve in the chat.
It's important, I think, tonight for some people that can't have Steve's one of them, Shane's another.
So the medium tyres, Hilly, is... So we've got Axel Boy on 6-lap-old medium tyres. He's on 16 and 17% at the front, 19 and 20% at the rear. Those three guys in 10th, 11th and 12th on the medium tyre. They currently Joseph's tyres are more worn than the other two, but that's probably because he has floor and side pod damage. Every ounce of grip he's getting is from his tyres at the moment. Wakanda is looking after the best, and Tin Man only slightly worse. It's about 8% for Tin Man, 6 or 7 for Wakanda. Joseph with like 10 and 12.
Oh, did he a chance to seal the deal? There's 5 minutes of added time, by the way.
Excellent.
And they've had one of them.
Safety car should be in this lap.
Oh, it is.
So looking at the penalties at the moment, we have 5 seconds for Axie Boy, Raceway JJ, Dan Hilton, Tin Man, and 8 seconds for David Clausen. Everyone else is clear at the moment. Are we going again? Or is it in? No, we are in. Donny chooses to go late again. Steve not opting to stick in for the toe.
No, and Joe just
retired in the pit.
Retired in the pit.
I think
someone's going to outbrake themselves, and it's Wakanda Forever going deep.
Axie Boy did as well.
The Americano's gone deep. J Ray's gone round. Dan Hilton's out because he's been collected by the McLaren.
Yeah. People's favourite out of the running. I think Joseph hit the pit wall, you know.
I'll have to ask him at some point. Oh, and Tin Man's connection's gone to...
Yeah, because on TAS it says that he broke his car, not that he retired.
He's gone again at turn 6. He's loving turn 6.
Yeah, he did. He did. Front wing went, so he's hit the he's hit the pit wall. I wonder if he's lit it up, putting the power down. And it's good night Vienna. So Mac then on the soft tyres from the
Mac has left the session.
He has left the session. Can you do the honours, please?
Yeah, I want
to. We've got the 2 Ferraris making ground up behind JJ. Outstanding double overtake. I know Mac was a ghost car, but even so, to sling it up the inside there of 2 cars and keep it clean. Outstanding work.
Axie Boy's been mugged right. Oh,
into the back of the Ferrari. There's no damage for JJ, thankfully.
Oh, and Wakana's dropped it on the curb, trying to rejoin the track.
He has got front wing damage as well. We've got damage there for Axie Boy, which I think is justified, given that, I mean, that could only be described as a torpedo, to be honest there.
I'm not going to
It's not the worst you've seen tonight, granted.
No, it's not the worst by him either tonight. Turn 1 of the first lap wasn't particularly great either.
Yeah, so we've still got the leading trio. Steve's starting to be dropped a little bit by Donny. But then this battle for what is essentially 4th and 5th is really starting to hot up now.
I'm not going to be nice here, Danny. Pretty piss poor.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? I mean, you can understand with this game people losing the back end and spinning, but some of the racecraft has not been ideal for what we want to see.
Oh, and Morgan and Wakanda Forever now hit each other. Brilliant.
And we've got another safety car out. This is just playing into the hands of the medium runners, really. Well, Tin Man actually. Axie Boy is going to have to stop without damage, and even if he doesn't, I think there's going to be a penalty in the offing. But we've got significant wing damage on 5 cars. Not including Wakanda Forever, who is in the pit having his wing changed now. So we've got Axie Boy, I think, is going to have to stop. Shane has been driving with damage the whole race and has seemingly been able to manage fine. Raceway JJ has a small amount. Again, I'd imagine he'll be able to cope with that for the remaining sort of 13 laps or so. Axie Boy, massive damage. Tin Man, a fair whack of damage, and Red Mask as well, so not looking good for Haas. Donny though, if I was in Donny's position, I'd be frustrated anyway at this point, but he must be wondering what he's got to do to try and, just get a clear run at this. Boy into the pits. Manchester United have 1-2-1 for those of you that are interested. House crew go to work. Hard tyres on. Does not change his wing. Don't know whether that was intentional or not. But he is now on his way again. Are we in the range now of soft tyres make it to the end?
No.
Are we still a little bit far off?
I reckon it's mediums.
Mediums are going to be the tyre to be on, but nobody's on them at the minute. Absolutely nobody deciding to stick with the mediums. I know Tin Man was on them, but then had damage that he had to... It was a 28.5, Tom. Oh. So we have 4 drivers out. 3 drivers continuing with damage.
Can confirm Joseph did drop it.
See, if I was Morgan now, he pitted quite early, if I remember rightly, onto his off his mediums. I think. I should check. But if he did, then those medium tyres of his will be in a decent enough position. It's drivers who stopped early from their mediums, or who haven't really put a lot of effort, a lot of energy through them because of all the safety car running we've had, probably got back to them and not be disadvantaged. The only problem you're going to have then is track position, but it's why even more so now that with the new tyre rules, 1 set of hards, 1 set of mediums for the race, avoiding any sort of bodywork damage is so important. Making an unscheduled stop means that you throw your whole strategy into question.
Oh, Morgan's
dropped it at turn 6. Yep, at turn 6. Cold tyres behind the safety car. But it's things like that, you see. It's easy enough to do. We've all done it. And that now, because the safety car will come in this time round, you'd expect. So Morgan is going to be a pit stop behind the pack. Indeed, it does.
All this is showing you is that you don't have to be quick. And Axie Boys dropped as well. What is going on?
So everybody on the hard tyre except for Wakanda Forever and Red Mask, and I'd imagine Morgan as well once he finishes the pits. So are we going to see Donny go late again?
Well, let's put it this way, the guys at the top 3 haven't made that many mistakes.
No, they've all only done 1 stop as well. Here we go, Donny's gone for it. Got cars.
Tim is getting absolutely swallowed up.
It's 6 wide at one point there.
Oh God!
Steve's going for it down the inside. Steve takes the lead.
Got it wrong. David Carson's got it so wrong.
Yeah, we've got David Clarkson and Axie Boy both with no front wing, but Steve takes the lead. Donny down to second, J-Ray third, Wakanda Forever up to fourth in all of that. Raceway JJ and JRN fifth and sixth for Ferrari. Shane drops to seventh, Mack into eighth, Red Mask ninth, and then Tin Man now in 10th place with the two stricken cars of Clarkson and Axie Boy, 11th and 12th.
That is poor. I'm sorry. Again, that is awful. We did say, didn't we? We talked about it just before we came on stream. We said turn one's going to be an issue on.
J-Ray's gone deep
on the race stats.
At turn 10, allowed both Ferraris through, and Shane as well.
Shane, don't do it. Shane, don't do it. Shane, that's disgusting if you pull it off.
He's trying it, switching back underneath the McLaren, his old team. On the inside now for the final couple of corners. Jaron will try it.
Third.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever on the charge now. But of course he's on soft tyres, so that this could be.
Is approaching. There's one McLaren. There's two McLarens. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong.
Oh, one of them got it wrong.
Was it J-Ray? It was.
There's damage there. Glancing into the pit lane. Wakanda Forever then. Now a buffer between Steve and Donny, but penalties might still play a factor. The front four all clear. Wakanda Forever, though, you'd have to say, is in a very promising position if those tyres are going to hold up. I personally don't think they will.
To be honest, I think they've got a good chance considering the state of the hards are going to be at the end as well. I don't think these hards are going to be much better.
Well, I mean, if I tell you they're on equal wear at the moment, give or take a couple of percent. Donny's not looked after his tyres particularly well. Now, I don't know if that's because he's been doing some aggressive warm-up, or if by being out front he's had to put some more energy through them. But Steve's tyres looking very, very good.
It's the first time we see Donny under pressure. Look at that.
Wakanda then looks like he's going to be able to make a move on Steve. Heading down towards the final corner.
That's great. He has.
Yeah, he has. Steve will get the better drive. DRS detection point, of course, is way further up.
Oh, to the wall!
Steve retakes it. Straight line speed, a massive, look at that advantage there for Steve.
J-Ray's in. And you can still get a point, considering how far everyone else is.
Yeah, he's got to have a wing change though, which is going to put him behind Morgan, I think. Or very close to him. At least those two might be able to have a bit of a scrap on the...
Max in trouble because he's not looked after his ERS, and Red Mask looks to go to the outside.
Yeah, Red Mask, of course, on the soft tyres as well.
So Morgan's got ahead of J-Ray. I think I'd be saying those two would be fine over 10th and 11th tonight.
No, you'd have probably put them fighting for the podium places, really. Oh, one of the Ferraris has gone very deep, as has Red Mask.
And Shane's gone, thank you very much. I'll have that one.
Shane will take it all the way. Shane currently driving with some floor damage as well, I'd imagine from that.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, not much though. It's held well.
Williams has made of strong stuff by looks. Oh, Steve, he's got it. Steve's squeezed.
Steve's got him in a straight line, comfortably. I don't know if that's with ERS, but the thing that Steve's done there is miss a trick, because now Wakanda's not only going to have the DRS to overtake, but with that battling, Donny's back in the fight.
Look at the straight line speed, that Mercedes. He's only just caught him at the end of the straight.
It's like the 2019 Mercedes, isn't it?
And Raceway JJ and Shane.
Wakanda has the DRS to pull away now as well. Steve's going to go a little bit defensive for Donny.
Red Mask has got it wrong again and hit the back of Shane.
Yeah, no front wing on that Haas, and a torrid night gets even worse.
Both the Haas boys, if we're going to be brutally honest, have struggled. Red Moss, not so much. That's perhaps his first or second mistake.
Shane, his tyres are going to start to be struggling a little bit at the moment, especially with Max tyres behind him that are much, much fresher, both in terms of age and in terms of wear as well. JRN has just...
Donny's dropped down to 6th.
He has, I think,
Donny's dropped to 7th, and I reckon they've had a collision.
I would say so.
I don't want to be inside the AlphaTauri garage at the moment. He's gone from comfortably leading the race and having a trouble-free evening to
7th. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that was JRN going into the back of Donny, or if Donny lost it and JRN collected him. The damage is small.
Max got no ERS and he's still trying to burn it, but there's nothing left. He's going to get it wrong.
Two Ferraris need to be careful here. There's Brazil 2019 written all over this.
Wow, they got close on the exit between those two. Blimey. Donny and
JJ has the penalty. Now JRN would probably be best served letting his teammate go here. Oh, JRN, 3 seconds now.
And because of how tightly packed it is, that's going to drop in 4 positions.
He's going to be hoping that someone else picks one up, but if we look at the situation around him, Shane is 1 morning away, to be fair, but then Donny and Mac need 2, and Tin Man is perfectly clear at the moment, apart from his 1 stop and go, but he's already served that.
He's just not got any, I wouldn't say he's got any pace. I don't really want to go on board. It's giving me a migraine watching Red Bull at the moment. I feel like that Red Bull's going to go off the track at some point. Steve's dropped out the window.
He has, but he's not, crucially, he's not got anyone around him. Things with Wakanda, this time around, his front tyres are going to start to struggle. Rear tyres are probably pushing through that first wear phase at the moment, but he is going to start now to struggle.
Shane's going to go to the outside. David Carson's retired because he's dropped it on out of course.
Well, exit of 2, entry to 3. Clear without any safety cars, which is good.
So they held on there. Shane is approaching closer and closer and closer.
Yeah, Donny and Mac in that battle as well.
Oh, Donny fakes it to the inside.
Great move. Great move. Mac's going to try and follow him through, but on the run to turn 9, I don't think that's a smart idea. We're going to battle into 9.
No, he's got beached on the curb on the outside.
Yeah, and it was well fought by Shane. Held his ground, which he's entitled to do. That's the kind of battling we like. It's marginal, but fair.
Both gave each other enough room.
Mac, though, now looking to make a move on Williams' man.
But Donny's got the massive psychological advantage of seeing the not 1 but 2 red lights flash from the 2 cars in front of him. In fact, there's a lot of flashing lights at the moment.
Yeah. Here comes the AlphaTauri. Is he going to go for the double? He's got the double toe. He's definitely going to get Mac. See, Mac's got the freshest tyres by nearly 30% on some of the guys around him. But his ERS management is just not at the level it needs to be.
There's been one person that's been able to brake quite late on the brakes and get it stopping, has been Donny. He's been probably one of the stronger drivers into turn 1.
Red Mask with the fastest lap in 10th place at the moment, so he will get that bonus point.
Shane defending fresh air, and that could cost him.
Oh,
Donny! Oh!
He's caught it. Well saved. So that's cost him position, and he's going to have Tin Man for company.
What a difference that makes. Driver comfortably out front all night, not under pressure. Under a little bit of pressure, just seeing people start to crack.
To be fair to him there, he got a little tap on the front axle from Shane's Williams. I think he didn't quite have the traction to be able to put the move on. Got a little squirmy, tap the axle, and
he's going to have to do it all again, though.
He will. Shane then, is he going to have the speed to challenge the two Ferraris?
First answer, no.
Not with that front wing damage, I don't think either, but both Ferraris carrying damage as well, so it's... it's going to be interesting.
Not going to show any bias, but Shane's doing a good job with that floor damage as well, still being somewhat contention.
Oh, goes a bit deep there. Taps the back of the Ferrari.
I mean, ultimately, that could possibly be his downfall, and he could slip to 8th, but...
Oh, Mac's gone for it! And he's taken out JJ!
Oh, that was...
I can see what he's trying to do, but he has to be careful of cars further forward. Mac's going to try it again, goes to the inside. Shane gives him just enough room. McLaren goes through, but the Williams sits back underneath. And Donny's going to say, thank you, I'll see your fight and I'll take that place.
Oh, Tim and, well, Brad's run deep. He's now bolted up the road. That's going to be a nightmare for JJ to try and pass him.
Interestingly though, with that battle there, Shane is out of DRS range of JRN. And if JRN can push on, and if Shane can keep Donny at bay, which he's going to try and fight it.
Good wheel-to-wheel racing between the two again.
Ultimately, he has to give that place up. But now he'll have DRS to come back at him on the run to turn 4. And he's going to try down the inside. Not quite. He doesn't have the grip with that damage, does he?
Mac's going to go. Oh, yeah, back. Yeah, very sensible choice to back out that time. Oh, that was never going to happen. Shane was always going to cover that one off.
Mac's going to have the traction. We've got a spinner. That's J-Ray, final corner. And it looks as though he's had a tangle with Axie Boy in there. Shane battling on here like it's one of the 300 Spartans in that Williams. Around the outside of 10. Oh yes, he's going to hold him. Yes. And on a personal note, this is all playing into JRN's hands, which I like greatly.
I'm liking it's good to have Shane back. I'm liking what I'm saying.
Steve, though, closing back in on Wakanda. It's not over yet. He's inside that 1 second window now. He's going to have it on the run towards turn 4.
Here we go. McLaren this time. Oh, Tin Man was closing in.
Tin Man's trying it. There's some bookie connections going on. Shane's still going to hold that position and he'll have DRS. Steve, though, half a second now. We're going to jump back to that battle for the lead.
Oh, and he's hit the McLaren.
Steve, though.
I'll tell you what, Yelp's currently having an aneurysm. Yes,
Yelp will not be happy. Steve trying to capitalise now on the fact Wakanda's tyres. 64, 62, 78.
No, Shane!
No!
Oh, the Williams. Get it home. Just get it home. poor Williams has been.
Oh, Wakanda's gone! He's got a puncture! Left rear!
Oh, he's got a puncture! Oh no!
Left rear puncture on the Alfa Romeo!
I feel incredibly sorry and unlucky for him, considering what Roland.
It's nice to see that that's modelled in.
Someone else.
There, it's a left rear puncture.
Who was it? Roland and someone else in the EU2 last week got away with murder on the tyres. Donny's fighting JRN. Donny's got it done.
He has. Donny's found some pace on that last lap, gained over 1.5 seconds. He's put himself ahead of JRN now.
Surely not.
Mac 3.4 seconds back on this final lap. He needs half a second to take JRN's podium away and make Matt do the interviews.
That's not the gap I'm looking at. It's the one. It's the gap to leader I'm worried about.
Actually, yeah, good point. Donny on the charge, 1.2 seconds. It's not quite going to have enough time, I think. He's not got DRS now, which I think he would have needed to have a go at it, but...
He's got it done. I think Shane's gone again. Shane, keep going. Come on, I believe. Max flirting with danger. It's going to be really, really tight.
Oh, Max inside that range, but JRN
Steve,
has the toe.
I'll tell you what, Steve, it's going to be thankful this is the last lap.
Steve then, on his return, takes victory in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Donny will come second. JRN third. Matt will jump him to third, so Matt's doing the interviews.
No, you're doing them.
I'm not doing them. I'm not talking to him.
You can talk to him. I'll talk to him. You can talk to the other two.
No. No deal, man. No deal.
You're such a child.
Yep.
Raceway JJ managed to hold out on Tin Man by less than a tenth in other news.
Oh, look at that. Shane nurses that car home in 7th place. Morgan in 8th place. It's points, but not the number he will have wanted. Wakanda forever. After that late puncture, he was trying to hold out to the end. Didn't quite make it. Still gets 9th place. The two Hasses then. Unless one of them can take the fastest lap on this final lap, there will be no bonus points added. Red Mass needs to improve by around a tenth of a second. Doesn't have it. And then Maxi Boy home in 11th place. Loses out on the points. But that's all drama. Drama. I say drama every week with EU4, but it is every week. I'm not even on about the negative stuff either. There was positive drama at the end there. Well, positive for us, not so much for Wakanda. That late puncture costing him a chance at not only victory but a podium as well. That would have been interesting, wouldn't it, if Wakanda had stayed out and Steve hadn't been able to get past. Donny charging through would have been a much more ominous prospect then. It's victory for Mercedes in the desert. And where have we heard that before? Donny in 2nd place, Mac in 3rd, the two Ferraris 4th and 5th. JRN will be hoping that on penalties he can get himself back ahead of Mac and maybe even Donny as well. But he'll have to settle for 4th for the time being. Tin Man in P6. Shane on his return to league racing again. He only bought the game today. Brings it home in P7 with a wounded Williams. What might have been had he had a damage-free race. Morgan in P8, Wakanda Forever 9th, Red Mass 10th, Axboy 11th. Your DNFs, J Ray, David Clarkson, Dan Hilton, Joseph, Pure Blades and Nos Racing.
Donny, Stephen, Mac.
While we're waiting for those guys to tag in, make sure, if you're not already in the Discord, that you head over to it and check out the Cars Up Partnerships page to have a look at our partnership organisations, including Fanatec, of course. You can also find that information on our website as well.
There's one. There's two.
The Yorkshireman's back.
I thought we got rid of him. I'm gonna have to talk to you because Danny doesn't want to talk to you.
Ooh.
The other one doesn't want to talk to you, so I'll have to talk to you instead.
Oh. I want to talk to the other one though.
Yeah, I know.
Unlucky punk.
He's hiding. Because his football team is crazy. Whilst we wait for Steve, we'll move on to Mac. Mac, congratulations. You've somehow managed to survive. I'm going to say survive because it looked like that kind of race. You got P3, very eventful. I mean, how did you keep your composure? That's what I would say, because I lost mine.
Being honest, I lost mine. I don't know how I even managed to even do much of that race because we had a little issue with the PlayStation turning off midway through the race, which dropped me out all the way down the field.
I forgot about
that. I can't remember what happened that race. A lot of carnage. A lot of carnage. But
yeah,
managed to keep it fairly clean.
Oh, you kept it on the island. I think that's probably the important thing. You did that last week, so that's why you got a podium last week as well.
I come first last week, man, not just a podium.
Yeah, well, it's podium nonetheless. Makes it 2 from 2.
Although the penalty did knock me down a bit.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to talk about that, so that's why I didn't mention it. But, 2 in a row.
Oh God.
Can it be 3 next week?
Where are we at, Jeddah? Oh.
I believe it's Jeddah next week.
I think it is.
It should be.
Oh no. We'll see you next week.
Straight line to Central. But anyway, well done.
Thank you.
You survived. Congratulations.
We did.
Donny.
What's up?
P2. I feel slightly sorry because perhaps the victory was denied several times because when you were out in front you looked like you had it all under control until the last safety car.
Well, literally, mate. Every safety car, I would pull away a second in like 2-3 corners, mate. Right until the final safety car. That's when carnage started to hit. Where Steve did a stupendous dive bomb, which led me to get a Ferrari right in my gearbox, and that Ferrari later took me out, and then I dropped down to 6th. Now I had to literally push my hardest, and then I kept overdriving the car, which led me to keep making a bit of mistakes. But I still recovered to 2nd, but I feel like I deserved 1st due to getting robbed numerous times.
Yep. Exactly how I thought you would feel. To be fair, I don't blame you. As I said, you looked in control for most of it up until the last safety car, and I would agree. Just slightly overdriving the car. You still managed to recover it from 7th back to 2nd, but I suppose it's not what you want to hear from me. But I'm trying to look for like the positives and the bright side out of this, if I'm being fair.
Yeah, thank you for being like that, but honestly, I don't think you could take me almost dominating the race. I had a big 10-second gap, and then afterwards a safety car, and then a safety car after that just like knocked my momentum, and then afterwards, after that safety car, just hell broke loose. I probably won't get my win that I want to get my win because, luck hasn't been on my side on this game. Whatever race I do, every time I'm in a leading position, bad things happen. So my day will come. It's just not today, unfortunately.
It will come, as you said. It will come. You've shown signs in the first 2 races that the pace is very good, and you will be there. So it will be there. I know what you're feeling right now is frustrating, but congratulations anyway on your first podium of the season. I'm sure there'll be many more to come.
Thank you, mate.
Right, we're done, yeah? Don't need to speak to this person. No, that's on the road. Steve, are you here?
You alright, guys? How's it going?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I know this is your first podium for a while. Is this your first? I can't remember. I want to say it's your first win, but I don't think it is. I think you've had one before that.
It's my third win now.
Third win. God, it's been you raced a long time. It's quite difficult to remember all these things. It's been a few seasons, but well done. Held your nerve at the end, especially with a chasing Alfa Romeo. What were your thoughts on the race? Because from our view, it was very topsy-turvy and a lot of carnage, but you somehow managed to pick your way through and keep the thing pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, I think I was very cautious, to be honest. Like, coming out of certain corners with the traction, like, I didn't want to push it too much and spin out, like I noticed a lot of guys were doing, which was inviting a lot of pressure from Shane onto me. So that was quite the first half of the race for me. And then obviously with the things happening to the guys around me, like Morgan and Mac, then obviously it just played into my hands. And then obviously when you had Wakanda with the softs, it kind of gave me a little bit of a gap between Donny as well. Like he drove amazing. He probably should have won that race on pure pace. But like on that last safety car that we had, I'd read the first two safety cars that he had. So I was able to be a lot closer to him to be able to make that move into turn one. And it was a little late, but I mean, I got it done deep. And then obviously it helped that the Wakanda on soft was in between us to be able to build a bit of a gap. Otherwise, I'd have had no chance.
Yeah, then obviously put pressure on him at the end and he made the mistake, which ultimately freed you up to try and drive the thing home, which you did. Yeah, I would agree with what you said there. To be honest, it was a move. Some could argue it's aggressive, but probably not as aggressive as some of the things that I've witnessed this evening. So
yeah,
I think we should leave it at that. But nonetheless, it's not going to take it away from your win. Congratulations. Welcome back as well.
Cheers, man. Good to be back.
Hopefully, more to come. You've got plenty of time to do it, so we'll look forward to it.
All right, nice one.
And that will conclude them all. Danny's probably hiding somewhere because he doesn't want to talk about the football because Chelsea are very poor.
Oh, that's his name. Get him here now. Get him here.
Danny, where are we next week?
We're in Jeddah next week.
Oh,
Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That's going to be utter carnage. Don't miss that.
That is going to be straight line central, and I can't wait. Top speed, all the way.
Great.
How did Chelsea do it weekend?
I don't know. Weekend didn't happen for me. It's gone straight from Friday to Monday.
Did it not?
No.
I'm going to conclude it here, and these two can carry on the small debate afterwards. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to the three guys for stepping in and doing their interviews. Congratulations. We will be at Jeddah this time next week, but you can watch AM3 this evening. Danny, what time can you watch AM3?
That's 2 a.m. in the UK, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Lovely. And on commentary this evening is going to be... Get it right? I can't remember.
I don't know why I'm doing that. I only know one.
Well, all I'm going to say is Kitten will be there somewhere in some capacity.
You're lurking, won't
Because he's always lurking. But yeah, they are going to be racing this evening. European action again tomorrow. You can watch Danny try and drive around Bahrain at 9 p.m. tomorrow,
yeah.
which is going to be fun. Your commentators are, I want to say it's Marina and Shane.
It is Shane and Marina.
Oh, what
tomorrow.
Combination that is.
Yeah.
That should be exciting. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, see you in a bit, guys.